If you're looking for a way to measure the speeds of moving objects, the Speed Demon is an inexpensive, easy-to-use, and portable option. To use the device, first I hit the button on the far right to turn it on. Then I hit the button in the middle to cycle through different modes. I hit the button twice to get to the mode that will measure the speed of moving objects in centimeters per second. For my first experiment, I constructed a makeshift ramp out of notebooks and a tape dispenser. Then, I slid a car down the ramp and measured the speed to be 66.39 centimeters per second. Next, I wanted to do an experiment with a falling object, so I used a ruler and a pencil to mark on a bare wall at 20 centimeters, 40, 60, and 80 centimeters. Then I recorded the speed of the falling object as it fell from 20, 40, and 60 centimeters above my original 20 centimeter line. For each of the 3 drops, I made sure that I lined up the middle of the 2 sensors on the back of the Speed Demon with my mark on the wall at 20 centimeters. Then, on a piece of graph paper, I recorded the speeds that I got when I dropped the object from a height of 20 centimeters, 40 centimeters, and 60 centimeters. I then used the speeds that I had observed and recorded to draw a graph. On my graph, I put height on the x-axis in centimeters, and I put speed on the y-axis in centimeters per second. I then plotted my 3 points so that I could see how well they lined up. After I finished plotting my 3 points, I used my ruler to draw a line of best fit. After I finished drawing my graph and my line of best fit, I wanted to use my data to try a simple calculation using the equation distance equals speed times time. I used my first data point where the height was 20 centimeters and the speed was 166.74 centimeters per second and plugged those numbers into the equation so that I could try to calculate the time that it took the object to fall from that height of 20 centimeters. I used my calculator to do these calculations, and when I did the division, I got that it would take about 0.12 seconds for the ball to fall from a height of 20 centimeters. Using only things that you could find around the house, I was able to use the Speed Demon to measure the speeds of moving and falling objects, make a graph, and do some basic calculations. So, get creative and see what you can do with the Speed Demon.